Here comes some more cold air as we get into the first few days of September. The tropics remain quiet, but we should begin to see a reduction of shear across the Caribbean, and those waters are very warm, so while the tropics are quiet, there's an opportunity for them to pick up here shortly. Heavy rainfall continues across portions of the plains and Mississippi Valley, and we may see record heat across the west over the next few days. It's August 27th, 2025. Let's get into the updates. The majority of the country right now is experiencing below average temperatures. This is expected to stick around at least through the plains and out east. We're going to have a brief warm up, and then it looks like some more cold air is going to come back in, as I said, as we move through the first few days of September. Here we go through the 28th, 29th, 30th, and then as we get into the 31st, we may see a little bit of that warm air creep back in, but look what's right behind it. This also may lead to a severe weather setup, so that's something we're going to have to watch. For a reference of how cold these temperatures could actually be, these are our apparent temperatures. You can see widespread 30s here, and this is in the beginning of September, and you can see those 40s stretching down into Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana. If this trough stays as amplified as it looks, in some areas, you're going to get close to that freeze territory. And some of that cooler air may try and stretch down pretty far south, as you can see here as well. I've been saying it, but I'll say it again. September is, at least in the beginning, looking very cool, and we may see a cool trend through most of the month, at least through this portion of the US. The tropics continue to remain quiet. We do have a little disturbance out here that could try and get going, and a little bit of convection out here in the Western Caribbean, but right now, overall, like I said, it's quiet. We are transitioning into that weak La Nina phase, meaning our jet stream out here over the Eastern Pacific likely is tilting up to the north, and that will allow more opportunity for storms to develop and make it through this region without being torn apart by that strong wind shear. The water temperatures out here are also high. The one thing that I do think may help us through September and October is our Bermuda high, which has shifted slightly up into the northeast. Now, some models have it moving back, some models have it staying out there, but if that high stays farther out to the east, it may help to steer a lot of these storms up and away from the states. Although sometimes you do get tropical development a little bit farther down to the south, and they're not as influenced by that high. That is when the Gulf is on alert. Anyways, peak hurricane season is a couple weeks away, so I'm going to keep watching this and keeping you updated. This excessive rainfall we've been seeing through portions of the southern plains is now shifting off into the southeast. You can see it's now encompassing states like Arkansas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. So again, just like I said before, make sure you have weather alerts on, especially if you're in a low-lying area. The good thing is, though, there's not much of a severe threat anywhere today. We have a wind-driven marginal in eastern Colorado, but that's about it. Lastly, we are about to experience some heat out west. Look at these temperature anomalies as we push into the beginning of September. We're talking 15 to 20 to 30 degrees above average in some areas across portions of Western California, Oregon, and Washington. And that heat is expected to stick around for a while. And as they're getting hot over there, again, the east is expected to continue on this cooling trend. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you like this type of content, feel free to throw me a follow or sub. I make posts like this every day, and I stream every day as well to try and answer all your questions. I'll see you in the next video.